Look at me. You see these bags under my eyes? They're not from a lack of sleep. They're from war.
A war that isn't happening somewhere far away, but right here, in my home. They call them pranks.
They call it a television show. They turn on the cameras and laugh while my life falls to pieces every day. But none of you know the truth. No one knows what it's like to be afraid of your own toilet.
To jump at every creak of the floorboards. To live in constant anticipation of the next blow.
You want to know who turned my life into hell? I'll tell you, and I won't hold anything back. Are you from the Homeowners Association? Or a psychologist? What does it matter anymore? At least someone will listen.
You simply can't imagine the bureaucracy I am going through. This isn't a life. It's a battlefield confined to a single apartment.
So, sir, let's start from the beginning. Describe a typical day for you, before all this started.
Oh, it was a symphony! A poem! I would wake up to the singing of birds, not the sound of an exploding coffee machine.
I'd go to the kitchen, calmly cook myself some scrambled eggs. I'd sit in my favorite armchair, read the newspaper.
Do you understand? The newspaper, from cover to cover. In the afternoon, I could lie down, take a nap for an hour or two.
No one sawed the legs off my sofa. In the evening, classical music, a glass of buttermilk.
And a well-deserved rest in front of the television. It was the life of a respectable citizen. Order, stability, peace.
And then I moved into the apartment across the hall.
You mentioned someone named Woody. Tell us about this person. When did you first realize he was a problem?
Don't say that name. That's not a person. It's a spawn of hell, a little vandal, a hooligan with a devilish grin.
I knew he was a problem the very second I saw him. You know that look? Empty, yet cunning at the same time. He doesn't just look.
He stands for what else he can break, ruin, blow up. He doesn't live. He exists to poison the lives of others.
Specifically mine. I am sure he was sent here on purpose.
The first incident, Annie in the microwave. Your reaction? Did you try to have a neighborly conversation with him?
Talk to him. Are you serious? With that? What is there to talk about? I put Annie in the microwave for 1 minute.
To have breakfast like all normal people. I turned away for a second to get the salt, and then, B.A. boom, an explosion.
My entire kitchen, my clean, beloved kitchen, covered in shreds of egg. The microwave door in one corner. My breakfast on the ceiling, and I nearly had a heart attack. Neighborly? You don't negotiate with terrorists.
My reaction was completely normal for a man whose territory had just been sabotaged.
Your hobbies, drawing, music, lounging by the pool. Tell us how he manages to ruin even the simplest joys in life.
Joys? I have no more joys. Only pain and humiliation. The moment I take out my easel to capture the beauty of this world, that pup swaps my paints with glue. I want to relax by the pool on an inflatable mattress. She slips a saw under it. A saw. Do you understand? I decide to listen to my favorite record on the gramophone. Trait that scoundrel plays it at such a high speed that it makes my ears bleed. It's as if he senses whenever I try to find a sliver of peace, and he immediately strikes.
This is sadism, pure and simple.
Your pets, the parrot, the dog, they suffer too, right?
Oh, this is the most terrible part. Forget about me. I'm a grown man. I can endure it. But them, my little ones, innocent creatures, my dog, my faithful friend, that monster feeds him laxatives, and my carpet, my Persian rug turns into.
Well, you get the picture?
And you can't punish the dog, it's not his fault. And my parrot, Chili, the smartest bird. He used to say, good boy. And now he screams things that make you ashamed to even enter the room.
That villain taught him the most disgusting swear words. He is corrupting my bird.
He has encroached upon something sacred.
So love an innocent animal.
You will do something about this, right? It's impossible to live like this. He must be isolated.
Evicted. Sent to a deserted island.
You are describing complex, almost engineered traps. Are you sure this is the work of one person and not an entire organization?
An organization? Ha! What kind of organization would bother with this pimple?
Don't flatter him. This is much worse. It's personal. It's a vendetta. He is obsessed with me. Do you understand? Obsessed. He wakes up thinking about how to ruin my day and falls asleep planning sabotage for tomorrow.
Perhaps he's jealous of my lifestyle, my refined taste, my tranquility. Yes.
He sees me as an ideal and tries to destroy it out of his black envy. This is not an organization. This is a lone maniac.
Were there moments when you almost caught him? How did you feel at that moment?
Oh, yes, there were moments, hundreds of times. I could already see him in my grasp. There he is, cornered.
Trembling like a leaf, I am raising my hand to deliver justice. And he vanishes, disappears, slips through a crack in the floor, jumps out of a fifth for window and lands on his feet like a damn cat. It's not fair.
He uses some kind of devilish agility. In those moments, I felt the triumph of justice, which was stolen from me at the last second. It's like winning the lottery and then losing the ticket.
You are constantly being filmed. For some television show. Have you ever considered that you are the only star of this show? That everyone around you is just an actor?
A show, actors, and sense. You think my suffering is staged? That my destroyed porcelain set is a prop? That my nervous breakdowns are an act for the camera? Don't make me laugh. Those cameras must be filming a documentary.
Yes, the tragedy of a decent citizen, and I am its main character.
The whole world must see the bloodstained juror. As a warning to others, I am not a star. I am a martyr.
Revenge is a dish best served cold. Have you ever planned a retaliatory strike?
Excuse me, revenge is a word from the lexicon of thugs and him? I am a civilized man. I think not in terms of revenge, but
restoring order, educational work.
Of course, I have considered, hypothetically, how one might convey to this individual the full depth of his wrongdoings, perhaps with the help of certain household items. But those would not be strikes, but arguments, weighty, persuasive arguments. I am not planning revenge.
I am dreaming of justice.
Let's talk about your travels. China, India, Mexico. He even followed you there. Have you ever considered that maybe the problem isn't him, but you?
WATT. WATT, did you say? The problem is with me. I just want to relax in my own home. And he saws the legs off my armchair. I go on vacation to the ends of the earth to forget this nightmare. And he flies on the same plane. I try to enjoy art in China. And he brings the Great Wall of China down on my head. He is the one persecuting me. He is the plague, the virus, the curse. And you dare to say the problem is with me? Why, you're in league with him. You were sent to finish me off. Out.
Get out of my house. Immediately. Security. Police. The Homeowners Association. Everyone get out.
After hundreds of incidents, are you still surprised? Or has it become routine?
Am I surprised? Number. Not for a long time. It's, like a toothache. At first, every jab of the nerve is a shock. But then, the pain is just there. It becomes the background, a part of you. I am no longer surprised. Wait. Every morning I wake up not with the thought, what a beautiful day, but with the thought, what has he prepared for today? It's not a routine. A routine is when you brush your teeth. This is life in a minefield.
You just walk and wait for the next explosion.
What's the most offensive thing about this whole situation? What he does, or the fact that everyone is laughing?
What he does. Tease physical damage. Material losses. One can survive that. But the laughter is the worst part. When my cake, which I spent 3 hours baking, explodes, it's a tragedy. But when I hear that giggling laugh through the wall, and then see his face in the window, tech is hell. He doesn't just break my things. He turns my life, my tragedy, into a cheap farce. A comedy for idiots, and everyone laughs. But I am not laughing. I want to howl.
Describe your ideal world. A world in which Woody never existed.
A perfect world. It's a world where things are where I put them. Where the soap in the soap dish is just soap. And not a bar glued down with super glue. Where you can sit on a chair without checking if the legs have been sawed. A world where the sound of the doorbell doesn't cause a panic attack. Where silence is just silence. And not the calm before another act of sabotage. My perfect world is a world with no surprises. A boring, predictable, orderly world. My world. The one that was taken from me.
If you could say one thing to him, knowing he'd definitely hear you, what would it be?
I wouldn't yell. I wouldn't threaten. I would walk right up to him, look into his empties, and very quietly, very clearly, I would ask him just one thing. The Brulet's the four? Not, why are you doing this? Not, what did I ever do to you? But specifically, what for? What is the purpose of your senseless, destructive existence? I want to see the look on his face when he can't find an answer. I want him, just for a second, to realize his own worthlessness.
And one last question, sir. Have you ever considered moving?
Move? Run? Surrender my home, my fortress, my land to some petty vandal. Let him celebrate his victory on my ruins. Never. Do you hear me? Any beer. This is my house, my sofa, my parrot, and I will not give him a single inch. Besides, I am sure he would follow me. That creature isn't attached to the place. It's attached to me, so here is no point in running. Here is only a point in fighting. To the end, to the last chair, to the last nerve. This is my war, and I will not surrender.